I mentioned in my video on first past the post that while I would consider alternative vote to be a better single winner system than first past the post, I think there are better systems still. Note that I'm still just talking about single winner systems where you elect one person to one position. I will discuss proportional representation separately. Alternative vote is a ranked ballot method. Each voter ranks the candidates on the ballot, 1, 2, 3, etc., with 1 for their favourite. What I'm actually going to be discussing in this video is that even for a ranked ballot method, there are better systems out there. I will leave the discussion of rated ballot systems, such as score voting and approval voting, for another video. But just briefly, rated ballot systems are where you give a score or grade to candidates, which can be done independently of the scores you give to other candidates. For example, you might give a score of 10 out of 10 to your favourite candidate, and you might give a score of 9 to your next favourite, or you might decide to give them 2, or even another 10. Whereas with ranked systems, you can't skip from 1 to 3 to indicate that you like your favourite a lot more than your second favourite. Some ranked ballot systems allow you to specify ties between candidates, but the point is that there is no way of indicating how much more you like one candidate than another, other than very indirectly by ranking a lot of candidates between them. I'll just be clear about how the alternative vote system works. As I say, each voter ranks the candidates on the ballot 1, 2, 3, etc., with 1 as their favourite. There's no requirement to rank all the candidates. Someone can rank just their top 2, or even just their favourite. There are then potentially several vote counts. For the first count, voters are considered to have voted for their first preference candidates, and the count is done of these votes. If a candidate has more than 50% of the votes in this round, then they are declared the winner. If not, the candidate with the fewest first place preferences is eliminated and a new count is done. For each new count, a voter is considered to have voted for their highest ranked candidate of those remaining. Again, if a candidate has more than 50% of the votes among the candidates that have expressed at least one preference among the remaining candidates, they are elected. If not, the candidate with the fewest votes in this round is eliminated and another count is done, and so on until we have a winner. It's possible that the process will carry on until just 2 candidates remain, and then the winner will be the one that is ranked higher of these 2 on more ballots than the other one. By the way, the rule that says that the process stops as soon as a candidate has more than 50% of the votes in a round doesn't affect the result. If we didn't have that rule and simply carried on eliminating the bottom place candidates every round until we had one candidate left, then we would always end up with the same winner. It's just that once a candidate has more than 50% of the votes, it becomes impossible for them to be caught, so carrying on eliminating candidates would be pointless. In my video on first past the post, I gave an example where a group of friends were deciding on a restaurant to eat at. The 3 restaurants were Pizza Shed, Pizza Train, and the all-you-can-eat broccoli and sprout buffet. And the first place preferences were as follows: Pizza Shed, 3 votes, Pizza Train, 3 votes, and the all-you-can-eat broccoli and sprout buffet, 4 votes. If they used first past the post to vote, they would end up at the broccoli and sprout buffet, unless some of the pizza fans decided to vote tactically against their favourite. But to do this, they would need to know in advance which pizza restaurant everyone else was going to tactically vote for. But under alternative vote, if the 6 pizza fans ranked the pizza restaurants first and second in either order, then they would be guaranteed to go to one of the pizza restaurants. Also, if your favourite candidate in an election has no chance of winning, then you can still rank them top. If they are eliminated, your vote will be transferred to your favourite of the frontrunners, so you can still get a say in the outcome. You no longer have to waste your vote if you wanted to express your true feelings. So far, so good. But alternative vote has problems. Sometimes it would appear that the wrong candidate can get eliminated. Take a look at this election scenario with 14 voters and 3 candidates. 4 voters rank candidate A top, followed by B, then C. 5 voters rank candidate B top, followed by A, then C, and 5 voters rank candidate C top, followed by A, and then B. In this case, candidate A would be eliminated with only 4 first place preferences, whereas B and C both have 5. We would then have a head-to-head between B and C, which B would win by 9 votes to 5, so B would be elected. But is this the right result? If candidate A were able to avoid elimination, then they would win by 9 votes to 5 against either of the others in a head-to-head. Also, I said earlier that if your favourite candidate has no chance of winning, then you can still vote for them, safe in the knowledge that your vote will be transferred when they are eliminated, meaning that it won't count against you. That's all very well and good if your favourite is a complete outsider. But if the election is fairly close, as it is here, voting for your favourite can count against you. If the 5 C voters had instead realised that C had no real chance of winning, they might have decided to put their second favourite, candidate A, top instead. Even if just one of the C voters had done this, candidate A, rather than candidate C, would have faced candidate B in the head-to-head, with candidate A then winning. This is a better result for the C voters than candidate B winning, so it is in their interest to vote against their favourite candidate in this election. This means that supporting an outsider is okay when they really are an outsider, but if this candidate then gains popularity over time, they could reach a point where it makes sense to revert to the strategy of ranking top a candidate that you think has a realistic chance of winning, which might not be your true favourite. So is candidate B winning the wrong result for this election? Well, you might think that the number of first place preferences should still count for something, and that alternative vote is a good compromise. But to be clear, A loses by just 5 votes to 4 against both B and C on first preferences, so this is very close, and just a small change would lead to A winning overwhelmingly in the second round. And in any case, the same problem can arise even with a candidate that has the most first place preferences. Have a look at this election scenario with 100 voters and 4 candidates. 30 voters rank candidate A top, followed by B, C, then D. 26 voters rank candidate B top, followed by A, C, and then D. 24 voters rank candidate C top, followed by A, B, and D. 10 voters rank candidate D top, followed by B, A, and C. And 10 voters rank candidate D top, followed by C, A, and B. As you can see, candidate A has the most first place preferences with 30. D has the least with 20. So under alternative vote, D is eliminated. But all the D supporters have B or C as their second favourite. So in the second count, B goes up to 36 votes and C goes up to 34, with A remaining on 30. Candidate A is now eliminated, leaving B and C in the head-to-head, which B wins by 66 votes to 34. But actually, in a head-to-head against B, candidate A would win by 64 votes to 36. A also beats C by 66 votes to 34, and D by 80 votes to 20. So candidate A has the most first place preferences, beats every candidate in a head-to-head, and yet loses under alternative vote. Candidate A certainly seems to be the most deserving winner in this election, but alternative vote seems to have let us down. So how do we make it so that we don't accidentally eliminate the wrong candidate? How do we decide which candidate to eliminate? The answer is that we simply don't need to eliminate candidates in such a crude manner. We can use a voting system that compares every pair of candidates in a head-to-head manner. If there is a candidate that beats every other candidate in a head-to-head contest, then they are what is known as the Condorcet winner, named after the Marquis de Condorcet, who lived in France in the 18th century. And the Condorcet method is one that will always elect the Condorcet winner if such a candidate exists. Alternative vote is not a Condorcet method. Alternative vote also fails what is called the monotonicity criterion, which some Condorcet methods pass. To pass monotonicity means that moving a candidate up in your rankings will never cause them to go from winning to losing. This might seem like something that no voting system could fail, but the following example will demonstrate that alternative vote fails this criterion. So the ballots are as follows. 2 voters rank candidate A top, followed by candidate B, then C. 9 voters rank candidate A top, followed by C, then B. 11 voters rank candidate B top, followed by C, then A. And 10 voters rank candidate C top, followed by B, and then A. In this election, candidates A and B both have 11 first place preferences, and C has 10. Candidate C is eliminated, leaving A and B in the head-to-head. Because all 10 C voters prefer B to A, B beats A in the final round by 21 votes to 11. But what if the two voters that ranked A top followed by B then C decided that they actually prefer B to A? Then we get these ballots. B now has 13 top preferences, C still has 10, and A goes down to 9. So candidate A rather than candidate C is eliminated. In the final round, candidate C now beats candidate B by 19 votes to 13, so C is elected. So by being ranked higher on two ballots, B has gone from winning the election to losing against C. This is because candidate C was always stronger than candidate B in a head-to-head. But in the first scenario, C didn't get enough first place preferences to make the second round. When B was promoted above A on two of the ballots, C instead of A made it into the final round against B. So it was in the interest of B voters to make sure that the overall weak candidate A got enough first preferences to keep candidate C out of the head-to-head. This is the sort of thing that can happen under alternative vote. And while I would certainly still consider alternative vote to be superior to first past the post, most voting system geeks would regard Condorcet methods to be superior to the arguably less sophisticated alternative vote system. And generally for single winner systems that use ranked ballots, Condorcet methods are the most preferred. As I say, these are methods that elect the Condorcet winner whenever one exists. But Condorcet methods do have several problems of their own. I will discuss more of these in a later video, but to finish, something I should mention now is that sometimes there isn't a Condorcet winner, and you end up with what's called a preference cycle. Take the following ballots with 30 voters and 3 candidates. 11 voters rank candidate A top, followed by B, then C. 10 voters rank candidate B top, followed by C and then A, and 9 voters rank candidate C top, followed by A and then B. In this example, looking at the head-to-heads, A beats B by 20 votes to 10, B beats C by 21 votes to 9, but then C beats A by 19 votes to 11. So in this case, there is no Condorcet winner. There are several different Condorcet methods, each of which handles cycles such as these in a different way. Right, that's me done for this video. In a later video, I'll be discussing the problems of Condorcet methods and ranked ballot methods in general, and comparing them with rated ballots such as score voting and approval voting. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, you can subscribe to my channel. Even better, you can buy my book, Stuff and Consciousness, Connecting Matter and Mind, by me, Toby Pereira. It's all about how your seemingly non-physical thoughts and feelings can come from your physical brain. It's available in paperback and also on Kindle. Links are available in the video description below, or you can visit my website at www.tobypereira.co.uk. Thank you.